job interview. You know, I expect their call and I will have a lot of conversation about my OPT, so I'm going to prepare for it. And I want to start with simple story. How often do you participate in job interview? Like for almost all of us, it happens like at least once a year, you know, sometimes twice. Sometimes we are lucky one and we really love our job and like we can postpone it for a couple of years. But I'm sure 100% that all of us then know the most popular question. It's like, why do you leave your previous position? What do you expect from new one? And the question what always trickiest for me is, what is your great achievement? You know, I never know what HR manager expect of me. Then I'll talk about big numbers, or then I tell something for what I was promoted in previous place, or they just expect like, you know, like regular bullshit and all people talking about they like, oh, I was so amazing, then eventually I have to look for a new position. You know, it's quite funny. But I notice eventually then if you tell them something like outstanding, what they like want to expect of you, eventually they remember you and it gives you like additional point. They have to remember you. So I just one day I just did and figure out what really in my like 10 years work life I did really outstanding. And I remember one story. I know that like I'm from Russia and healthcare in my country a little bit different of United States, but yeah, I explained you this situation. In my country, if this patient has a chronic disease, some kind of remedies he or she will receive for free as part of remedy reimbursement. It works also in the United States. And a lot of companies try to include the remedies, especially new remedies, in this list with reimbursement product. Because it's easy, you know, like governed by your product, and it's easier to sell a lot of items in the beginning of product history. It's always like benefit. But like, you know, everything what has pluses, it has minuses. In minus here, then you have to fix price. So like in the beginning you fix price and you could not increase it. But all marketologists know that this is the like best way to demonstrate profit at the end of the year and just increase your price. No one asks you how like how many packages you sell. Everyone asks you about profit, and profit is price. So in the end of the day you need like work with your price, but if you fix it you couldn't do it. Okay, and it happened once in my life. Then I came to new company and they gave me a product what was in reimbursement for years, and like it never made a profit in the end of the year. So like they asked me what I can do for them, and I just figure out then they sell only 5% for government, and 95% people buy by themselves. This is how it worked. And the brilliant idea was excluded from list, but no one never did it. I asked a lot of people, is it possible? And all of them just look at me like, how? No, we can include it, but how we can exclude something? Like, you know, unfortunately, every time that you connect, then you work with government, it's like one-way road. You could not just turn back, you know. But I was so dedicated to do something noticeable, then I just sit and think. Then you include something in this list. What you have to do? You work with some noticeable specialists in this area. They prepare a special letter for you. Then they need this product to treat their patient. And I just ask several specialists if they had prepared mail for me, like a special paper for me. Then they don't need this product. Maybe it will work, and eventually it worked. I exclude this product from list, and like in the next day, then it was free. I just increased price for 30%, and eventually in this year we made our like plan. So every time when I told this story, like I did it twice. Both time in the end of interview, like no, of course it was long process. Company offered me like work with them. So I don't know. It's like of course interview it's long process, and my story just like piece of it. But after that, in the second case, I talked with HR manager why you choose me, because it was a lot of candidates and some of them was better than me. They told me because this story, because they remember me, because it was so unexpected and someone even can like think in this direction. And all company, they always looking for someone who can think like out of box and offer them unexpected solution for problem. So, like my advice here, or like just maybe some area for thinking for you. Then sometimes even then it's like regular job interview. You have to bring some story what distinguish you from all other candidates, because all of us we read the same advice how to behave in job interview, what you have to answer. But yes, and it's right. I mean, but you have to have at least one or two stories what distinguish you, and in this way, people from HR management they remember you, and it will be easier to just came through and win.